Inspires me the most when I write music? Probably my ex-girlfriend.
Was asked about Selena Gomez and he called you a cutie pie and said that you're amazing.
He's so cute!
One woman inspired the love songs. The other became his wife. But what if I told you? Justin Bieber was never the same man with both. With Selena, we saw passion, fire, and a boy who was hopelessly in love, writing songs, making grand gestures, and living out a real-life romance. With Hailey, we see distance, silence, a man who seems emotionally checked out. So, what really changed? This isn't just a story about two relationships. This is the story of how love can shape and sometimes completely transform a person. And in Justin's case, it may have cost him the spark he once had. Justin and Selena's love story didn't just happen. It defined an entire era of teenage romance in the early 2010s. He was the global pop phenomenon, and she was Disney Channel royalty. From the moment they were seen together, the world paid attention. But this wasn't some PR stunt. This was real, and you could feel it. Justin didn't just date Selena, he adored her. He made it known in interviews, award shows, and across every social media platform. In 2011, he went viral for renting out the entire Staples Center just to watch Titanic with her. No audience, no press, just the two of them. That wasn't flexing. That was love, loud and clear. Their red carpet appearances? Pure magic. At the Vanity Fair Oscars party, Justin walked in with Selena like she was the center of his universe. He held her hand, whispered in her ear, and ignored the cameras. You weren't watching a celebrity couple. You were watching two teenagers deep in love, one of them trying to prove every day that she meant everything to him. And he showed that in his music. Songs like What Do You Mean, Where Are You Now, and Mark My Words were full of longing, confusion, and emotional vulnerability. They weren't random chart toppers, they were messages. Open letters to Selena. You could hear the heartbreak in every note, like he was trying to win her back through melody. But it wasn't always picture perfect. Justin admitted he made mistakes. He cheated. He got reckless. Yet, no matter how badly things went, he never disrespected her. He once surprised her at a hotel bar in Beverly Hills, performing My Girl just for her. Witnesses said he looked nervous, like a teenager on his first date again. He even said in interviews, Selena was my first real love. Not past tense like he was over it, but with a sense of reverence, like she left a mark on his heart that still lingers. They broke up in 2012, got back together, broke up again in 2014. It was messy, on and off. But no matter how many times it fell apart, Justin kept coming back. Because with Selena, it wasn't just love. It was his identity, his youth, his muse. And for those years, she brought out a version of Justin that the world, and maybe even he never saw again. By 2018, the love story between Justin and Selena had finally run its course. Years of emotional back and forth, breakups and makeups. It all came to an end. And this time it felt final. Selena had moved on. And Justin? He didn't just move on, he sprinted forward. In just a matter of months, he went from heartbreak to headlines. Engaged to Hailey Baldwin. No long dating phase. No grand lead-up. Just a sudden switch, from mourning Selena to planning a wedding. To fans, it felt like emotional whiplash. How could someone so deeply in love with Selena, writing songs, fighting for her, crying for her, suddenly pop the question to someone else? Some believed it was love. But others? They said it was an escape. A rebound. A desperate attempt to find peace in someone after years of chaos with someone else. But here's the twist. The Justin who once wrote Selena ballads was gone. With Hailey, the gesture stopped. No more serenades. No handwritten lyrics. No more grand displays of affection that defined his Selena era. He became quiet, withdrawn, almost like the fire had burned out. Public moments between them raised eyebrows. In one now infamous clip, Justin shuts a car door while Hailey is still stepping out, a blink you miss it moment that said a lot without a single word. Another video shows him raising his voice at her in an arcade. Not playful teasing, but sharp frustration. These weren't just isolated incidents. They became patterns. With Selena, Justin was careful, passionate, yes, but he never humiliated her publicly. With Hailey, the tension was visible and the affection less obvious. The romantic Justin, the one who once wrote songs drenched in longing, now seemed emotionally distant. And maybe that's not about Hailey at all. Maybe that's about Justin himself. Because when you lose a love that shaped you, a muse that inspired your best self, you don't always walk away whole. Sometimes you walk away numb. In the age of social media, love doesn't stay private. And when it comes to Justin Bieber, the whole world got a front row seat. With Selena, his love story played out like a live documentary. Romantic captions. Handwritten lyrics. In 2014, he posted a black and white picture of them cuddling with the words, "Our love is unconditional." It wasn't just a caption, it was a declaration. Even when they were broken up, Justin couldn't stop orbiting her. He would like her Instagram posts, drop subtle comments. And fans knew, no matter who came and went, his heart was still somewhere with Selena. Now enter Hailey Baldwin. When Justin announced their engagement in 2018, it came with a long, emotional caption. He called her the love of his life. He said, "He was committed to spending my life getting to know every part of you." But over time, that spark faded, at least publicly. By their 5th anniversary in 2023, Justin's posts felt routine. A couple of pictures, a few generic lines. Gone were the poetic outbursts and dramatic declarations. It was like checking a box, not spilling his heart. And fans? They noticed. The internet lit up with comparisons. Where's the passion? Why does he look distant? At the 2021 Met Gala, when the crowd began chanting, "Selena, Selena," Justin kept walking. No arm around Hailey. No reassurance. Just cold distance. She looked crushed. He looked absent. And then came 2025. Selena dropped a soul-crushing song called "I Said I Love You First." And what does Justin do? He starts posting cryptic Instagram stories. Memes. Quotes. Ones that fans believed were subtle jabs or unfinished emotions tied to Selena. It sent a message, loud and clear. Selena still lives in his head, maybe even in his heart. Meanwhile, Hailey stayed loyal, quiet, consistent. She posted photos of them, held his hand at events. But Justin didn't always match her energy. She looked present. He looked distracted. Where Selena got love letters, Hailey got silence, and sometimes that silence spoke volumes. So in the end, it's not about who Justin loved more. It's about who he was when he loved them. With Selena, he was young, wild, and overwhelmed by emotion. He gave her the loud love, the songs, the gestures, the chaos. With Hailey, he gave the quiet love, the ring, the vows, the struggle to stay steady. But sometimes, the loudest love leaves the deepest silence behind. And maybe that's what we're still hearing today. One woman got his heart when it was full. The other got what was left after it had been broken. Same man. Two eras. Two very different stories. And maybe the real question isn't, who did he love more? But who did he love as his whole self?